Hey, faithful Lions! Today, some electrifying developments surrounding our Detroit Lions are happening. With free agency on the horizon and the echo of a nearly realized Super Bowl dream still fresh, the atmosphere is charged with anticipation. How will the Lions strengthen their ranks for another bold run to glory? Before we get into the thick of the action, hit the like button. Let's start with a story that connects past pride to future ambitions. Zack Szczerba's stint with the Detroit Lions may have been brief, but it left a lasting impression on the accomplished tight end. Joining the Lions mid-playoffs, Ertz was primarily a backup for a team on an unexpected playoff run. Despite his short time, his experiences in Detroit, particularly with head coach Dan Campbell, were memorable and overwhelmingly positive. During an appearance on the Pat McAfee Show, Ertz shared insights into his journey with both the Washington Commanders, his current team, and his time with the Lions. He was signed by Detroit as additional support during the postseason and spoke fondly of his tenure there. According to Detroit Sports Nation's Paul Tyler, Ertz expressed a mix of emotions about not being able to contribute more significantly during critical moments. He stated, "Everyone knows what happened. We didn't finish the game. It was tough watching, man," Ertz said on the Pat McAfee Show. "I wanted to be out there, and just being out there, I love Detroit, I love Dan Campbell, Steve Hyden's my guy, the tight end coach out there, and Sam Laporta's a stud, man. So it was a lot of fun being out there, especially with all the drama that happened in Arizona. It was great to be back out there in a culture that was playing for an NFC championship." Ertz also touched on the team's ambitious mentality during the playoffs, aiming for a Super Bowl appearance, which he believed was within reach considering the team's trajectory. He reminisced about the potential rematch with the Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl LV8 and the extraordinary journey the team had been on over the past year and a half, saying, "The plan was to play in the Super Bowl, which would have been insane with everything that happened in the past year and a half. Having clinched a Super Bowl victory with the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl LA2 against the powerhouse duo of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots, Ertz is no stranger to what it takes to secure the Lombardi Trophy." His optimistic views on the Lions' potential and culture signal promising prospects for the team's future endeavors. After exploring Zack Szczerba's poignant reflections on his time with the Lions and the undeniable bond formed under the spirited leadership of Dan Campbell, it's time to pivot to the broader battlefield of the NFL offseason. With a significant war chest and critical positions to bolster, the Lions are at a strategic crossroads. As we stand on the cusp of free agency beginning March 13th, join me in scrutinizing the potential signings and strategic plays that could elevate our team to the heights we know they can reach. The Detroit Lions are getting ready for an exciting time called free agency, starting on March 13th. This is when they can pick new players to join the team. Brad Holmes, the person in charge of building the team, has a big amount of money to spend compared to other teams. This is good news because the Lions are really close to being one of the best teams and even challenging the Kansas City Chiefs, who have won a lot lately. Last season, the Lions were so close to making it to the Super Bowl, which is the biggest game of the year. Now they have a chance to get even better by adding some experienced players. According to a list made by the Detroit Free Press, the most important positions the Lions are looking to improve are cornerback, which is a player who stops the other team's receivers, defensive line, the players who try to stop the other team's offense, and offensive line, the players who protect their quarterback and help their own team's running game. They also talked about some specific players the Lions might want to add to their team. But some other teams are keeping their good players by giving them new contracts, which means the Lions have to be smart about how they spend their money. This offseason is very important for the Lions if they want to get even better and maybe go all the way to the Super Bowl next season. There are also other exciting stories and updates about the Lions as they prepare for the new season. And that wraps up the details on today's Lions. As we look to the future, the promise of new talent joining our ranks brings a new wave of optimism. Remember, every decision, every hire is a step toward our ultimate goal, Super Bowl glory. If you liked this video for the latest Lions news, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Together we roar louder, we stand taller, and we dream bigger.